So you expecting this to be kind of
You know,
for fun for the fans sort of game?
No, man, I expect to shut them out. No, I mean it's going to be look, BYU plays fast. They're very good in transition. They've got great shooters. They've got very good interior players, and they've got Collinsworth, who's to me is as good a player as there is in college basketball in terms of doing everything. He scores, he rebounds, he makes plays for others. He's a good player. I mean, so this is a formidable team. And, they're not unbeatable. Obviously, they've lost 2 games this year, but they're in every game, and they're a team that's they're mature, they're older. A lot of these kids have been on 2-year church missions, and now they're back, and so they're a good team. I got to like they're well coached.
You talked about finding defensive identity a week ago. Gave up 50 in the first half against CSU, 52.
We strive for accuracy.
25 in the second. Are these guys starting to realize how important that defensive identity is?
I think they understand. I do. Now, again, understanding it and going out and executing it, that's where we got to get to. And we've had some games like that. Auburn was a game like that where they scored a lot in the first half, they scored a lot in the second. Fort Lewis was so. What we've got to figure out is how to defend that way for 40 minutes. Now, Colorado State had a lot to do with it. They made some tough shots, and that's going to happen. And BYU's capable of doing that. They got some guys. I mean, Emery and Fisher on the perimeter. I mean, those guys can shoot it. They can make tough shots, just like Cobell and Gillen did on us. So it's I'd like to put 40 minutes together and hold a team to 50 or 60. I don't know if we can do that against BYU or not, but that's the challenge, and that's what the goal.
Do you consider trying to slow down the pace at all?
No,
or do you have to do what you've done well so far?
No, we do not. We're going to try to slow them down offensively by taking them out of transition, which means we have, and by taking care of the ball and being efficient offensively, it helps us with our transition defense because we're not turning it over, letting them get out in the break, and it's hard for people to run taking the ball out of the net. So the better we can be offensively can help slow them down defensively. We're not trying to slow ourselves down offensively. I mean, we want to play Colorado basketball, which is, we attack, we're in attack mode, but we're not going to try to slow the pace down necessarily. We're going to try to slow BYU down, not necessarily slow the pace down.
You've always said you kind of like it when teams try and come in here and run.
Yeah, I love it. Now, I told our guys, usually we have the advantage of altitude. We don't have that. These guys are, they're used to it. They're in the same climate we're in over in Provo. So, there's no advantage to either team when it comes to that.
Do you think Josh Fortune has kind of taken your defense and rebounding principles to heart recently?
He's starting to, yeah. I mean, he's shown he can be a terrific rebounder when he wants to be, and I thought he showed in the second half of the Colorado State game. I thought he did a very good job defensively. He was alert and attentive, and so now it's just got to be a 40-minute, kind of a habit, if you will, and that doesn't happen overnight. That happens over time, but I see some progress there.
What are some of the challenges associated with matching up with a bigger guard like Collinsworth?
Well, that's when you're glad you've recruited some bigger wings, guys like George King and Trayshawn Fletcher and Josh Fortune. They're guys that have some size that can match up. Now, that being said, he's still a good player and he can still score over those guys too. But the other thing is, you maybe put a big guy on him, which means you got now one of your big wings has to guard one of their post guys. But if we have to switch Wesley Gordon or Josh Scott onto Collinsworth, that's something we have to be ready to do.
You had some situations with that game at CSU.
Yes, we did.
Dom Collier on Teal Daniels a couple times.
Now, I will say Kyle Davis is a better low post scorer than Teal Daniels is, and Fusis is a better low post scorer than their bigs at CSU are. So that that allowed us to be able to do that up there. Now, if we do that against these guys, we got to be aware of the mismatches defensively. But my whole thing is we just can't let them. We got to control the 15-foot radius of the basket, both offensively and defensively. If we can do that, we'll be okay.
I imagine it's been nice to have Shannon Sharp back around the program a little bit.
Awesome. Yeah, Shannon's he's great with the players. He's got a great personality. He's positive, but quite frankly, the best part about having him back is he can relate to where they are, because he was there a very short time ago in his life in terms of being a student athlete at a place like Colorado, the importance that academics plays, about being on top of your things, so you don't have to be in a position that he's in, so he can kind of say, hey guys, here, learn from some of the mistakes I made, learn from some of the things I went through, and he does a good job of talking to the guys about that. And it's good for our guys to see that. Jeremy Adams was back at practice yesterday and spoke to our guys about the importance of enjoying the moment, enjoying being a college basketball player, even though right now it doesn't seem like much fun because it's practice after practice and finals are coming up and a lot of stress in their lives. But really, in the big picture of things, this is the best time of these guys' lives, and they don't realize it always at the time, and that's why it's important as a coach that I try to remind them of that, and it's nice to have guys like Shannon and Jeremy around that can do that as well.
One dynamic of this team I think you've excelled at, that hasn't really been talked about much, is free throw shooting. You guys are shooting really well at the line. Has it been maybe better than you were hoping so far? I mean, clutch ones too.
Look, I don't talk about free throw shooting.
It can change.
I don't talk about it when it's good, and I don't talk about it when it's bad. And it's amazing when it's good, people don't say a damn thing, and when it's bad, everybody's like having a back problem. Everybody's got an answer, and oh my God, my aunt Gilda had a back problem, and this is what she did. My free throw, my junior high free throw coach, this is what we, it's like everybody's got us. It bothers people when it's not good, but when it is good, people kind of take it for granted. So I don't talk about it. It's a personal thing. It's something. We have goals set for ourselves individually. We have goals set certainly as a team, but it's just get in the gym and step up and make the damn thing if you can. Practice. I mean, I really don't. I just don't spend a lot of time. We spend a lot of time. We don't spend a lot of time talking about it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.